What is going on, everybody? Welcome. This is already some gross ass shit. Y'all don't know. Nobody else is prepared. They told me to start the show, so I'm gonna do it. Welcome to the SSJ Cast. We are on episode 13. I am not just doing this because when I'm labeling episodes, it's far
I
easier
got Coke.
to know. I know you're Cuban, but chill.
I got Coke.
All right, let's go ahead
Hold on a
and
second.
get started. Welcome everybody to the cast. It is
We sipping.
your friendly neighborhood boys. I'm gonna kill them. I'm gonna kill the hell out of them. Already, I'm gonna murder them. We are like two minutes into the show, and I want to murder them. Like,
Truly unfortunate.
holy shit! Welcome everybody
Sometimes you just need
to the what will be, I guess, the pre E3 show. Y'all already know who the two people below me are, but they can introduce themselves if they want to.
Shaz? I'm back. Okay. It was foretold. It was foretold in the scrolls that he who would sip would come back, and that is I. I am back. Fuck you and fuck them. You know who you are, and if you don't, it's you.
Get him. Tell him.
All right. And there it is. All right.
Spread that D.
Spread the D. We get D's around here.
Yeah, you already know. D's are for degrees and STDs. You already know.
Okay. No herpes. You know what I'm saying?
You already know.
Y'all really want me to kill you. I will catch a whole ass case. I will catch a whole ass case. Y'all actually think I will not just fucking remove Florida from the United States?
This is the end of the first half of the season, so you already know we gotta make it a little bit special. You know, we gotta...
I will remove Florida from the United States.
Yo, we made it through one anime season. Let's go!
We made it through one core, dog.
One nice and 12 episode anime. We did it.
Yep.
We did it, friends.
Yeah.
All right, so Shaz, what have you
This
been
is
up to?
the recap filler episode.
Oh well, y'all both already gave your intros. I'm
That
actually
was my intro.
I'm actually expecting y'all to say something productive with your life.
It's your
That's
boy.
not gonna happen. No,
Snap back and
nah.
pencil without the snapback. But
Nah.
I do got the pencil. Oh, boom,
Nah.
bam. We out
Don't
here. You already know.
no. You're not allowed to drop the sauce. You are not allowed to drop. No,
Yo, did
No.
he already did that though? Hold on
no.
a second.
Yeah,
Hold
he,
on.
my man.
Hold on. That might have been a little crispy, dog.
Like no, not after. All right. So welcome, I'm Strix. We're like it's pre E3, and stupidly enough, more shit is leaked, and there's too much news to talk about. So we're gonna get into it. On the docket today, we got some quickies. Always good to have a quickie.
Always good to have a quickie. Can't
or
relate.
two. Some gaming, some anime, and probably the thing in the tech field that everybody's been talking about for the last week. We'll also be getting into talking about everybody's favorite company when it comes to technology. Why you looking like you just smell some shit? You got heartburn? That's what happens when you eat ass that much.
Yo, I wish.
So, where do y'all want to start? Where do y'all want to start?
I mean, I feel like this piece of news could be for quickie, but quick little announcement for anyone who is of the Dragon Ball fandom. Recently, there has been a confirmed new Dragon Ball movie in the works, in production. Don't know how far in production, but all I know is that the head of the Dragon Ball room, aka the person who heads all of the things going on with Dragon Ball right now in terms of media and everything, Akio Iyoku, he is if Toriyama's the number one person for Dragon Ball news, then Akio Iyoku is basically number two. If this man says something is basically happening, it's basically going on. So yeah, new Dragon Ball movie is definitely not coming out anytime soon.
Yeah.
But it's in production. So
because they keep denying the anime too, even though people are like Toei, we have evidence.
Well, it's most likely a thing of because of all the things going on with One Piece right now.
Yeah, makes sense.
The new arc, the new movie. It's like they want to be able to promote that as much as. Also, Toei has always been bad when it comes to promos. Like they were probably gonna do a promotion back when it was supposed to come out, but it just didn't. So
Truly unfortunate.
if anything, that just means that they're still working on Dragon Ball episodes, and that we don't have to worry about anything being rushed. And
That's what you think.
no, it's like legit.
I almost unironically.
All right, I want
the
to
first episode
clip
look
it.
Bad.
Clip it. I
Nice.
just want the whole first core to
If
be
we get-
season episode 4
Damn.
of Super. To
The
be
first
episode
core. Wow.
4 of Super. Just
If episode 5 of the new show is as bad, it has the same fucking issues as episode 5 of Super 2015.
It's
I'll
been
be
4
the
years?
I'll
Damn.
be the first person to talk about it on the podcast. The podcast will begin, and the first thing you will hear is me talking about how shit the new season is.
Oh, thank you.
Bless you. I love you. In your soul.
Bless. That's what I was waiting for.
this is why we're a video podcast and still haven't moved to audio. Because who the fuck would want to hear that in there?
I'm sure I could get money
Yo,
for that.
I want to.
Next up,
Sure.
we
Sure, someone's
have.
willing to play.
Next up, there's a new preview
Yep.
for Vinland Saga. The first episode will air on July 7th. We are quickly approaching the new anime
No,
season.
the first 3 episodes were aired.
Oh,
on
so
July
they're gonna
7th.
just drop them all.
Yeah.
Uh huh.
Well, actually, what's funny is during Anime Expo they're gonna be doing the series premiere. I don't
So-
know if it's gonna be the first or the first 3,
so-
but
It's that show this year. Like Anime Expo,
Yeah.
especially for like the last
Nope.
It's that show,
5
for sure.
years or so. Like, because I know they did it with Terran Resonance back when that was coming out. They do
if
it
it's
like
a big ass fucking show, multiple episodes are releasing that one
Yeah,
season.
And
Zankiyo
they-
no Terror.
And they always preview it like the weekend ahead
Was
of
it
time.
Attack on Titan? No, Attack on Titan was longer than that.
Yeah.
Attack on Titan was like 2012, wasn't it?
Yeah, but they always like they're like, hey, come watch a thing.
Demon
Generally,
Slayer
the
had
biggest.
Demon Slayer had a movie where it combined the first 5 episodes screening in Japanese theaters
It's
and
crazy.
a limited screening in American theaters.
Okay,
So, and also Demon Slayer is like one of the big shows now. So
we've
yeah,
already
that makes sense.
and we've already gotten into it, but please go check out and be ready for Vinland Saga when it comes out. It's one of those things that most of the time, no matter who you talk to, they're going to give you something positive about it and give it a recommendation. So if you are looking for a new anime, especially going into the next season, which we may talk about a little bit more as the new season approaches.
Bit like Berserk, except animated well.
Literally, everyone who talks about Vinland, like the amount of praise I hear for Vinland Saga is to the level of Berserk, except Vinland Saga is a Viking show and not really fantasy or anything. So
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah.
And be
Solar
ready.
flare.
Be ready for it. Be ready for it. We will be getting in to that one. All right, that's all for anime news. Anime kind of dry because we're still in that weird middle part of a season.
Well, they're also getting ready for all their expos too,
Yeah.
as well.
yeah.
So.
Also, I mean, there was new trailers and stuff, but not for anything really big or like newsworthy. So
I guess next, because when we get into the gaming shit chat, it's gonna be, and people watching, it's gonna be a lot because we have to go from news to E3. So let's just get the tech stuff out of the way now.
yep.
Let's have the conversation.
Okay, here
For
we go.
those that don't know, Apple had their yearly conference where they released
Mhm.
a lot of products. Like all in all, I want to commend them for releasing a lot of information and a lot of things. It was
Mhm.
a
Yeah.
good conference. The big talking point that has existed since that conference is about the new Mac Pro. To very quickly quote the specs of the new Mac Pro.
I mean, it's in the link in the
It
doc.
is okay. I didn't know if
Yeah.
it specifically had the
It's in the link. It says specs
look. I don't.
specifically.
It's Apple, all right. So the baseline is a $599 or $5,099. Hold on,
No.
$599 might actually we might be fucking with Apple on that one. Apple.
Yo, that's a
be-
fucking
A-
steal.
Apple-
guys.
That's a cop. I don't know what you. If it was $5.99, that would have been an insta cop.
the only thing that Apple makes that's $599 is a iPod, and that's even getting phased out. It seems like.
Is
But
Apple TV like very cheap too?
look, don't support Apple. Stop it. The baseline
I would
model
actually buy an
is
Apple TV. Go
baseline
ahead.
model is
How you
$6,000
gonna start off at $6,000? Like, god damn.
because we'll get into it. I'm just gonna we'll get into it because
Oh yeah.
it'll be 8 cores, 16 threads, up to 4 gigahertz, 24 and a half megabytes of cache, up to 1 terabyte of and this is where we get stupid. Up to 1 terabyte of RAM at 2666. No, CPU.
That's not. Wait, so you're just saying the regular? Because that's not the baseline price. That's not the baseline specs for the price.
That's the baseline model, right? Or it's,
no, it's not.
Well, it's
No.
okay, yeah.
The baseline for
because that's what I mean.
6,000 is 32 gigabytes of RAM.
Mhm.
I don't know. Now I'm gonna have the question of why they are.
It's set up to. It means you can hold up to it.
Yeah, but even with that CPU, that's a whole different thing. The way they have this laid out is stupid. Side note: AMD Radeon Pro 580X is gonna be there.
Actually, it's gonna be different. Whatever.
Supports up to 6 4K displays or 2 Pro XDR displays, which I believe are
Most people don't have one 4K display, but you're right.
They're 6K. They're 6K displays, I believe, the Pro XDRs, and we'll talk about the display as well.
Oh.
And it'll have a 256 gigabyte, 60 gig.
You
SSD.
are paying $6,000 to have a max storage of 256 gigabytes. Fuck
Here's my
you.
thing.
No, Strix.
No.
Fuck you.
My
No,
issue is
Strix?
if you are buying a
Fuck
Mac,
you.
if you are buying a Mac, first of all, I don't think anybody should be buying this baseline version. If you're actually looking at buying this computer,
Nobody.
it's the same thing with every baseline product that Apple makes. I do not think is made for anybody at its price point. There's not a single thing they make. Maybe
iMac
the
Pro.
Apple TV. No.
I feel like Apple products are for people
It's
who
not
have more
worth it.
money than sense. I'm not gonna lie.
Now,
Especially
with
when you
that-
get this expensive.
Compared to the Mac Pro, iMac Pro is like.
I think especially once you get in this range. I think most Mac products are like non-offensive, if I'm being honest. But once you get to this price, it's kind of like, dude, what are you doing? Like,
so now I've said this, right? We got that. But let's talk about the price unknown Max version, because I think that brings in the like Apple is just, I don't know what contest they're playing, but nobody else cares. So you got a 2.5 gigahertz Intel W.
Wait.
Seems
Wait.
What?
So why is the baseline 3.5 gigahertz Intel Xeon W
Because
But
it has
the
more.
Max-
it has more cores.
more cores?
It is
oh, yeah,
more
28 cores.
more
Yeah,
more
you're
cores
right.
at a lower price. So you'll be able to get a 20 core,
Yeah.
8 core, 56 thread part, up to 4. It'll
Yeah.
turbo up to 4.4.
who?
Uh,
I don't know
Oh,
what you
like-
could possibly.
there's stuff to use it for. There's stuff I would buy it for. I just wouldn't
But
buy the Mac.
Not
version.
for $6 grand.
I just
wouldn't.
would. We'll get into this because I'll talk about how much I think the max price is going to be. Cache 6.5 megabytes.
Uh-huh.
Now let's just talk about the system memory, because this is where Apple kind of like, the question is not can we, it's should we. 1.5 terabyte of fucking RAM at what seems to be $29.33.
It's pretty fast.
I
Okay. So
There
here's the thing.
there are uses for that.
yes, no, you're not. Okay, here's the thing. You are not wrong whatsoever.
But
Yeah.
the fact that this was announced at an event that is, yes, it's supposed to be industry facing. Yes, people are supposed to. The fact that this model is even brought up to the public, if
Yeah.
we're now on the other side, do not buy
This-
this. This will be
This is the
$40,000.
shit- This is the shit that you show. By the way, 4 terabyte SSD. Jesus fucking Christ, 4 terabytes SSD. That's crazy. This is the shit that you show when you go to a company like Disney, DreamWorks, any music production company, because this from what I hear would be very good for like music companies. Like, first off, the base price. So to give you guys an idea of how much the baseline $6,000 Mac Pro configuration, if you got those parts individually by themselves and decided to build it yourself, it would cost $3,000. You are spending $3,000 extra for a cheese grater. Second off,
First of all, that cheese grater looks good. Fuck you.
you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I actually do kind of like the design, but the reason this Mac exists, and I completely understand that it exists for completely pro end like all the way pro. And
it is an upgrade from the trash can, which I will say it is a 100% upgrade from the trash can.
The trash can was whack.
That shit was whack. Especially the way that shit, because here's the other great thing about this. The motherboard for the Apple and the way the system is actually configured works really well for custom configurations. It can work well for expandability.
It's got 28 cores. Yeah. Like,
God
damn.
I mean,
this computer works way better for
I would like to clarify. If rumors are to be believed, that will be a consumer CPU before the end of the year. 28 cores will be close to, if not the consumer level chip available from the market by the end of the year.
We just skipped all the cores in between. I mean,
well, that's Apple, like, right? Because Apple don't. Yeah. Everybody else like iterates. Like Ryzen's like, hey, we're coming out with like a 16. We're coming out with like a 16.
16 is normal now. What happened to
we have bigger
20
parts.
24. It's always like in twos, right? It used to be dual core, then it used to be 4 core. I remember having like a 4 core back in the day, and I was like super proud of myself. Now it's 8, or no, 6, then 8. Now it's like 16. Cheap. 16 is like super high end. It's still very expensive, but like, what happened? 28 is.
Well, they're putting I get that. Like, I understand for production work the shit that they're doing. Again, if you're looking for expansion, 8 PCI slots. Yeah, well, that's right. 8 PCI slots. They're gonna have a lot of stuff that you can stick in this. There are companies that are already like their specific codecs, the ProRes format. They're gonna have like essentially a dedicated encoder for it. There are good things about this computer.
I definitely.
I completely agree.
I think it's a beast, but I feel like it shouldn't. I feel like it was given to the wrong crowd. I feel like it would have been better for like companies.
Like I said, this is the thing you present to the top companies. This is not a thing you
present. This is like a render.
But I'm gonna say to y'all, maybe they want you to take out a mortgage on your new Apple credit card to pay for this $40,000. This is going, like, as much as I'm joking, this will be a $40,000 PC.
It will. No.
No, dude. People take mortgages on cars and houses. I'm not about to. What just happened? About to do it for a fucking PC. Like, my credit score is gonna be garbage. Imagine telling your credit just company like, yeah, I mortgaged out to get a PC. Like, that's insane.
Like, I think that's the issue. Is like, I still am of the opinion, and you get 2 Radeon Pro Vega 2 duos as well. Now, the thing that everybody, I want to touch on this because, like, it was brought up in stream yesterday, my stream, that if you buy the baseline model of 6,000 and you want their new monitor, that's another 5,000. If you want the stand, that's another 1,000. So you're talking a baseline product of $11,000.
I can't believe a stand costs $1,000.
So okay, no, Shaz. Shaz, it makes sense.
Can I, Alejandro?
You watch the MKBHD
It's not even
video?
just that. Like, from me as a person, I have 4 monitors. They are all up on an arm. If MKB did put it great. If they had said, "Hey, you can buy this monitor. This is a $6,000 monitor that you can buy without the stand for $5,000." It sounds better because most professionals are gonna just do. But the idea is that they're like, "Here's our $5,000 monitor
totally
that's super great." But
you're absolutely correct. But when you
$1,000 for a stand.
but when you dissect like that, you're right. 5,000. It's like, oh, I saved money by not getting a stand if I don't need it, because most people don't. I was like, I get that, but I'm just saying a stand is still worth $1,000.
So for everyone who's watching,
watching
this, if you haven't seen yet, look up Marquez Brownlee's or MKBHD's video on the display in the stand.
Yeah, they explained it well. I totally get it.
I will say this.
The whole point of the stand. Go ahead.
No, the stand is stupid. There's no getting around. But the monitor itself, I want like 2.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
Strix. Here's the thing. Everything about what we're seeing is stupid for consumers.
Yeah,
this makes 100%.
See, but that's my issue, right?
For pro.
Yeah, like Alejandro. That's why I'm getting like my entire issue is that like
they presented this like
it's like people buy the MacBook Pro. I'm like, you're editing YouTube videos, and this is not to be rude, but the 90% of people even doing YouTube videos don't need this kind of horsepower.
This is shit you would give to companies to YouTube channels like Corridor Digital or Freddie Wong or shit like that. Like not like your standard like low end vlog channel. Like there's no reason Casey Neistat would ever need a computer like this.
But Casey Neistat, I don't think also like. Here's my thing. This is why I will make the argument. People like Casey Neistat, as a filmmaker, he could find a use for it. Like there are people that could find a use for this PC, but there are like to me my issue is
the content they produce.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is like to the people that you're saying we have iOS 13 and a new operating system for Macs. Oh, and we have an $11,000 total professional editing rig, and we're just gonna put that next to it. You don't need to worry about that. But people are like, but that's a really good computer, isn't it? Yes, it is.
If you're anybody, everybody gets that one. No one wants. That's like with the when they had the iPod Touch with the first iPhone. It's like you get the iPhone, but the iPod Touch is the cheaper version. But I mean, people get the iPhone.
I would just
but you could get the iPod Touch.
Like
or
some
iPod Touch,
some of the specs are insane. Like, why does my
4 terabyte SSD, 1.5 terabyte fucking.
So let's talk.
Right.
Yeah. So like the afterburner card.
Here's the thing. If you buy this shit, you're fucking set for like years. This computer
no, like so like I will. Okay, let's talk about that very briefly, Alejandro.
Yeah, this is insane.
So rather than them, like, because they were like people's problem with the MacBook Pro was that it wasn't customizable. You didn't make it customizable. You just made it so it will take longer for it to be outdated. Like
God, that display is so beautiful. I actually really do.
Like being 100. For those that don't know,
it looks great.
It is an insane display. I want it on my desk. It is a 32-inch, 6K display with like
six. So okay,
completely unnecessary, but I do want
1600 nits of brightness. Just to give you guys an idea, this shit bright.
But Alejandro, it's not even just. But to make that also color accurate, because of how much like you're actually gonna have to combat that amount of brightness actively. And for them to be touting this is like
those are some pretty pixels that they have. Those are some really pretty pixels.
It apparently has a big ass fan.
I forgot about that.
Yes, it has a big ass fan.
I forgot about that.
And they need more ventilation because whatever the fuck they're doing on the inside needs it. So it matches your cheese grater. You can.
It is confirmed that it doesn't get loud when it is using the fans.
Yeah.
So it does use the fans, but it doesn't get loud. It doesn't get.
That's generally the point with this. If you have a design like this and it gets loud, we have a problem.
You put the brightness way too high. Turn down the brightness a little bit.
Like
it's crazy.
I want one. But at the same time, I have no need for this.
I'm gonna get a job out of Apple, like just the store, and see if I can get like a fucking discount. A
10% discount, still $500.
Like it's one of those things that like. If you buy this, you're paying the Apple tax.
When a 10% discount is $500 fucking dollars.
That's the one time you won a 10% discount.
That's what I'm saying. That's crazy.
Like
but here's the thing: if you're
spending discount coming through,
if you're spending $5,000 on a fucking monitor, like $500 is just gonna barely.
Okay, no, that brings me to Alejandro.
No, that's
trust me when I tell you.
Here's the thing. If you're spending $5,000, if you're spending $4,500 on a fucking monitor, you're probably gonna have enough money to also spend that.
Alejandro, let me be very. Having worked in sales, the amount of people that I'm like, hey, like you could get a warranty for like an extra like 2% of what you're paying right now, and it will protect it for the next decade. And they're like, no, I don't want that. I'm like, if you drop this when you walk out of the store,
you can't give it back.
Like I'm not even trying to be pushy. Like I'm like, even GameStop, you pay $5, you can walk outside, snap the disc in half, and they'll give you a new game.
Mm-hmm.
But people are really like, nah, like I don't want to spend the extra money. I'm like, you're spending $5,000. What is the point of another $5? Like what is? And they're like, nah, don't. Now with that said, any discount is a good discount on the look. The monitor is only $5,000, but the stand would be $900 with that 10% discount. That's a good price stand. That's a whole 10% off.
Yeah.
My entire thing, though, is like, so I have another question about this monitor that I don't think has been answered by anybody.
What's your question?
Never mind. I just found the answer on the website. Per the normal Apple tax and the way Apple operates, if I can find it, because it was small, you have to buy a bracket to make it VESA mountable.
Yeah. No, this only mounts to the stand.
Apple.
They got your ass. They
Apple.
got you again.
Proprietary.
They got
Apple
you
in
again.
2019.
Okay. Strix. They literally are the company for proprietary cables.
I
shit.
don't mind.
What did you expect?
My thing is, you can give me a cheap one in the box.
I still can't believe a stand costs more than my entire life. That's crazy.
Dog, like, there's some shit that I have a, like, at least make it VESA mountable.
No.
The standard mounting, that's like being like, hey, here's this great new car. It's amazing. It'll do everything for you. Yeah, the car, the speedometer is in meters per second. Huh? What? How do I know how fast if I'm over the...
But
everybody
Strix,
uses miles per hour. It's like...
But Strix, I'll give you this
but...
though. When you get to... Because if we're talking about Apple, like, properties as, like, cars, because Apple company stuff is literally, like, sports car level stuff in terms of, like, how expensive it is. When it comes to sports cars, you can only take it back to the dealership for it to have, like, any type of work done, because they have, like, proprietized screws and stuff to open it up. Like, it's stupid. It's dumb.
Trust me when I say
it's dumb.
These companies do it intentionally. Every time, from cars to everybody, they make it so that it is a pain in the ass to do it yourself, because people have made a good point. When this breaks, it will probably be cheaper to buy a new one.
Oh my!
To get it fit than to get it fixed.
That's terrifying.
It will legitimately be cheap, because that was the issue with some of the Mac Pro stuff. Like, the cost.
Well, that's different. I think inherently how it was built was terrible.
But I'm saying even with this, like, the idea is that if we're talking $3,000 for the cost of parts, and depending on what breaks here, and in Intel W, what, like they're like a $1,500 part, something like that. They can be like a $1,200 part, depending. Like, people have figured out which Intel W it probably is. You are paying half of the price of a new computer to get something replaced. And Apple will only do that for the warranty, and this shit's going to break out of warranty. The new Mac Pros they put out, the new MacBook Pros, still have the same keyboard problem, and they still have a program for it already as it was coming out.
Oof.
That's why I tell people all the time, like,
bro, I actually really fucking hate. I'm sorry about the fucking. I actually really fucking hate the MacBook keyboard. Like, that's
the new one has just like a lot of problems to it.
I don't know how you mess up a keyboard.
Because you have to innovate on everything.
Also because fuck you.
It's a keyboard.
No, fuck you. That's literally Apple. Fuck you.
I don't like. At the end of the day, I think I'm not as mad as other people, but that's because I think the people that were gonna buy this anyway are going to buy it. Like,
I'm mad at a consumer level.
There are so many people that are gonna buy. I've had this conversation with so many people when they're just like, so should I just buy the most expensive thing in the store? No. But that's how most people think from a consumer level. It's
yeah, they equate quality to the price. Which, I mean, they're not technically wrong on, like, some base level, but you're right. Yes, it doesn't work out that way. And a lot of times you're paying for the name brand, you're paying for, whatever.
And I understand supporting a brand. I do that myself. There are brands that I buy from that I know are more expensive than you could get something for. Like, that's fine. It's just Apple. Like, have enough respect for your consumers to not show somebody a $6,000 monitor. Excuse me, a $5,000 monitor.
You mean restraint?
Just with a $1,000 stand.
Because it does kind of just feel like a flex play at this point, right?
Like, or at least make the baseline model of 6K a little bit more, like...
Or just don't show this to consumers at all.
Like, an 8-core 16-thread part is what I have in my computer. It is a $300 CPU that you can currently buy. There are plenty of differences but you can get similar performance, except in Apple-related tasks.
Oh.
That's the issue, is Apple-related tasks. Apple optimizes their shit in a way that makes it work. It's supposed to be 2 times faster. It's supposed to be 4 times. Like, it has absurd levels of performance if we're going based off of what they say. But do we really, like...
Mm-hmm.
You have to buy into Apple. Same people that bought that the first Apple Watch that was like had 10 karat gold on it, that you paid like $1,500 for, some stupid shit.
I remember that shit coming out, and everyone in my class and I were just like, "Who?
It's a
fuck."
It's a stat. One of y'all said it earlier. It's a status symbol. Like
Mm-hmm.
at that point, you're wearing it because you're like, because I can. There's no other reason but because I can. So everybody go out and buy the new MacBook Pro. That's what we're saying here.
The fuck up. No, we're not. No, we're fucking
we are
not.
completely co-signing.
I can barely afford McDonald's, but that's okay.
Yo, that is the biggest
But if you had a
fucking mood
MacBook
of
Pro,
all time.
you could grate cheese on the back of it and eat for the rest of your life.
I don't think I would be able to afford cheese.
You would.
I honestly thought you said Mac. Why'd you say MacBook Pro?
Look, all of their products are the same.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Honestly, you said MacBook Pro, and I just had the sudden urge to just throw mine across the room. But
MacBook Pro.
I need that for certain things, so I'm not.
I want the views. Throw it. All right, so let's get into the gaming stuff. I'm joking. I need art shit too. I'm gonna yo. I was waiting for him to do that, and all you see is like a look of horror as his hand slips, and it actually releases from his hand.
If it released, I would have died crying. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
I wanted it so bad, cause dog, the way you had that in your hand, if you had pushed your arm any faster forward, that thing was gone.
As bad as I would feel, because you're the homie, I would shit on your entire life for about a week.
Yeah, it's the case I have on the MacBook. It's like matte, so it's like it's easier to grip. So I made sure to get put a good grip on.
See, that's my issue. You should have just aimed at your bed.
Dude, you know he would have hit the side of his bed and it would have
Oh,
broken.
100%. That's why I wanted him to aim for his bed. He's going to, like, I'm going to keep fucking with him until he breaks it. 100% until he breaks it. 100%.
I really want to try it.
I'm not saying shit. This is not on me. At this point,
my boy had a job for a week and he feeling real bold.
Yup.
Real bold.
I make jack shit money in that job too.
I'm just saying, as soon as you got a job, you playing around with products that you can't afford no more.
Yo, his brain keeps kicking in like, dog.
Why are you
dog?
Because you
dog.
What are you
dog.
doing? Stop. Please stop. You're not Larry Bird, dog. You don't need to think about it. Just put the laptop down.
Oh no, I threw it. I 100% threw it. Let me get it back real quick.
All right, so as we move on to gaming news, as I continue to encourage my friends to make bad decisions.
You're a terrible person.
Don't know what you're talking about. I would never be. Let's talk about some gaming shit, because we are the weekend, a few days out from E3 2019.
For future audio listeners, I did actually throw my laptop on my bed.
Oh yeah, we got to start thinking about the people on the audio. Audio.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the audio. Hello. Anyway,
somebody in their car just had a white woman look at them concerned.
I feel like this is a clip. I feel like that was a clip. All right, let's keep going.
All right, so let's talk. I'm gonna just run through a couple of things really quickly because I feel like these can be quickies. We got a few remasters that I'm gonna turn over to Alejandro and Shaz for this first one, because it definitely was. SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom is getting remastered.
Yo, when I tell you that as soon as I saw this shit, I was like a little fucking baby on Christmas Eve. I was happy, dog.
This is not leaked, by the way. This is not a leak. They announced this just randomly out of nowhere.
Yep. So, for those of you who don't know about the greatness that
product
is
not yet ready.
SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is easily one of the best. Like, I don't like platformers. Understand, I think platformers are not fun to play. This is one of the few platformers where if you give me this shit right now, I won't stop playing until I finish the game. This shit was dummy lit.
Dude, it's so funny because it's like, who asked for this? I'm happy, but like, who was like,
Me.
you know what,
I
you know,
did.
you know what we need to remake Battle for Bikini Bottom. I mean, this game was cool. I love playing it. But...
No, that was a good. If you went back to play it now, it's actually a really quality platformer. I love that game. It's a really good game.
I've heard it is a great platformer. With that said, your statement about platformers hurts my soul.
I hate platformers. I think Mario is stupid.
I am going to make the statement that
Mario, you just went for the throat.
It is not that the game itself is any better than the platformers.
I don't like the genre.
SpongeBob.
I don't like the genre.
I think that it's still SpongeBob. Because there are plenty of platformers that are really good as that.
Bro, when I tell you that when I get a Switch and Mario will literally be the last game in existence that I will ever buy.
Mario's not the only platform.
No,
I get what you're saying, but I'm saying you're a fucking SpongeBob fanboy and fuck you.
I really am.
Don't ever come for it.
Hold on, wait. What's wrong with liking SpongeBob though?
I really am.
Look, that's a whole different. I don't speak ill of the dead, so we're just gonna move on.
Yo,
what? What's wrong with liking SpongeBob?
We're not gonna talk about it.
When I tell you that this is a day one cop, this is a day one cop.
That's crazy. Apparently, it's not okay to like SpongeBob. Okay.
Didn't say it's not.
The
okay
new
to
meme
like
sucks. I really hate the new meme. The new meme is not funny at all.
What? We're talking about memes.
Yeah. There's a new SpongeBob meme going around where it's like SpongeBob dressed as the woman from the Married with Patrick episode or whatever. And
I think
it's a bad meme. It's not a funny meme.
Nah, I think you like SpongeBob. You don't have room to talk. But
hey man, that's coming from someone who loves SpongeBob memes.
Another remaster that is coming out that I'm a little bit more keen on is Destroy All Humans is getting a remaster apparently as well. That should be pretty fun. That should be pretty cool.
Never played that game, so I don't know what it is.
It's a fun zany game where you can run around probing humans and doing other wacky and zany things.
I think I saw that once. When I was walking through Walmart in like the bins where they had like a bunch of the old PS2 games for like $5. So
that might have been my first M-rated game that I got.
Yeah, the game was a little bit. I wasn't allowed to have it, but I was allowed to.
And I think I bought it from Blockbuster. I don't remember it. It's been a long time. I love Destroy All Humans as a kid because it was stupid because you make people poop and you make people like float with like telekinesis and stuff. But
by the way, y'all don't understand. For those, I just want to take a second to address the stream real quick. PS2 is my console. Like everyone has the console that they grew up with, and it's like, oh, that's PS1, Xbox, and all. PS2, that's my generation. That is, if there is one system that I would take with me to a deserted island and I would always play, it would be the PS2. I love that system so much. But that cow fuck that guy.
He got robbed.
that cow fucked that guy. For audio listeners, we're watching the trailer right now for the.
It'll be linked.
Remaster.
Will it? Okay.
And it is made by THQ Nordic, which is interesting.
Man. It is along with the SpongeBob remaster. So.
But it's a cool game that I'm happy to see getting remade.
So this is a whole ass remake, right?
Remaster, excuse me. Remaster.
Okay, I just want to take a second to address the fact that those two words are fucking stupid with how they use.
What?
Because, so first off, a remaster is you take the original product and then you polish it up a little bit and release it for a new system. A remake is you remade the game. Yet for some reason, companies like to throw out the word remaster even though it's a clear as day remake of a full game. So
that guy's up that cow's ass.
That guy was up that cow's ass.
That guy was up that cow's ass.
Like, don't eat burgers, otherwise you'll end up in a cow's ass.
Why is that baby? So I'm not even gonna say what I was about to say.
Death Stranding?
That looks like a sus picture. That's all I'm gonna say.
Talk to Kojima. But it's good.
God
It's a
bless.
great game. We have those. I wanted to get into those because, like, very quickly, like, those are two games I know people are super excited to have come out and been shown.
Speaking of something that people got super excited about, Pokemon.
I didn't know where that segue was going. You scared me.
Now you know how we feel.
Yeah.
My segues always look. I'm in control of production, so segues don't matter to y'all.
Hey, man. We are technically hosts of this podcast too.
Hey, talk about this Pokemon game that I may actually buy for once.
All right. So the new Pokemon game, for the first time ever, that's in the mainline games, not in Let's Go Pikachu or anything like that. You can finally walk around the overworld. It will be open world. You can move the camera around, and there will be Pokemon. There will be Pokemon in the world, and you can walk around and you will
For the
see
wild
them
area, yes.
walking with you with the wild area. So here's the interesting thing.
For the wild area. Because in
here's the
10, I don't
interesting-
think you can change too much. It depends.
Yeah, I'm honestly okay with that because it
Yeah, I
seems
am
like
too.
the wild area is very large.
I am too.
It has a very grand look to it.
From what I've heard, is what it'll kind of be like.
Half and half.
There will be a big hub that you can walk around to get city to city, and then the cities are their own container.
What is it called? It's like what I thought of it was
This
like
area.
Zelda's.
The wild area.
Well, yeah,
the
but that's
wild
why
area.
I figured it was like Zelda's like Ocarina of Time's like
Field.
Hyrule Field. Yeah, it's like that one that connects everything. That's how I figured it'd be.
All I know
So
is
it looks like the game's still gonna have its routes that go through town to town, and those will be random encounters, and I'm completely okay with that because the way it looks like they're doing the wild areas, it looks like they have multiple, and it's very big and expansive. So I'm very okay with this.
Yep.
Yeah, this
Raid
game
battle.
is
Now on to the weird. Like, Pokemon can never just be
kaiju
normal.
battles. Let's go,
Bro, the first words that I said when I saw those two large Pokemon fighting each other, kaiju battle.
My boy Pikaiju. Hold
Now
on a
the
second.
effects are dope. That's Raichu,
Yes.
sir. Don't ever nah.
I said it before Raichu showed up.
Okay.
Yeet, that's a thick
No.
boy. Thick
Mhm.
boy. Oh, hey.
Yo, that's a whole ass unit
Yeah,
right there.
yeet.
I don't.
The effects, the animation on the effects look really
That's
good.
a big
Yeet.
Pokeball.
Dude,
She
bro, they
legitimately
got arm
yeeted.
dog.
She legitimately
they-
yeeted that ball.
They got stronger arms than I do, bro. She yeeted that thing so fucking far.
I mean, that's
God
just
damn.
probably like weighs a little bit. Like it probably.
Nah, bro. I don't know. I still can do it.
Okay, I just want to take a second.
That's Alejandro, but keep going.
Yup, big
No,
power.
you know who that looks like? What's that
Medio?
fucker's name from My Hero Academia?
Medio or whatever his name is.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Power.
The
fuck
dude who
is
can
that?
face the shit. Yeah, he looks like him. But
There's a lot of information about this game out.
that looks like a penis cloud. But and there's the champion.
He's never
Young
been
Leon.
beaten, by the way.
Never
Yeah.
been beaten in official matches. He's
And now he's about to get beaten.
he's 10,000 and
Our
0.
rival is his little brother.
Hop.
Yeah.
My boy. Yo, hold on. Hop got dripped though. Hold on.
And then we have the legendaries.
But of course,
Oh my God.
they're
Okay.
which are
First of all, Digimon status.
yeah, that's definitely just Digimon. They're
don't know
just
if-
definitely
I don't know what
Digimon.
you're talking about.
How is that
Po-
sword a part of your body? It's just a sword.
What do you mean?
Like
she
the whole po-
she actually can't open her mouth. What are you talking about?
I mean, Marowak has a bone.
Attached to his hand.
yeah, but it's his parents' bone.
No, it's not.
That sword is his parents' sword.
I mean, there's probably gonna be lore because all
There's
the
also
legendary Pokemon
there's
have
also
lore.
definitely a third legendary Pokemon that the two
Oh
of them are
yeah,
confronting in that.
free.
Definitely.
Well, they're trying to fix it because like Zygarde, even though as cool as it was, story-wise, it meant pretty much nothing, and they kind of missed the opportunity to make a Pokemon Z, and they kind of messed that whole thing up.
November 15th, by the way. Chat.
Everybody knew that already, by the way.
Mhm.
That was nothing because Pokemon releases in November. That's just a thing.
So are you buying it?
Yes,
Of course.
day one. This is a day one purchase.
Pretty
If I have
sure
the
I
money
bought
at the
every
time,
single Pokemon.
this is
Nintendo.
a day one purchase.
I'm gonna ask for something, Nintendo. I don't normally ask for stuff, so please just hear me out. Please fulfill the rumors of making a cheaper version of the Switch, but
No,
make it so that I can stream from it.
no.
and I'll buy it.
The rumor is you'll have
I
to buy the
love-
dock separately.
Oh,
I
then I'll just steal my
love-
brother's dock when he's not here. Okay, cool.
I don't know if it'll work because
I
it'll be a
love
different
that.
size then.
That's
These games are $60.
Stupid.
You in the same sentence you just said I want a new cheaper,
Yeah, I didn't
smaller
want. I
Switch.
didn't want to have to pay for it.
But then you can't use the old dock then.
I didn't say a smaller one. I just want one that's cheaper. I just shit about smaller.
So
Look,
okay.
or just give me a bundle that isn't like $400 for this Pokemon game. The issue is
Why would it be $400?
Have you
It
not
would be
seen every Pokemon person tries to buy 2 copies of the game and they sell out super fast and they be going up on EP?
Why can't you just Why can't you just buy a regular Switch in the game?
Last time I wanted to buy a non-regular thing, I didn't get the Kingdom Hearts PS4. All right,
That's
See,
that's
okay.
not the same
it
thing.
is 100% the same thing.
They made a limited amount of that thing. Shut up.
Look, I want what I want.
That's your fault for sleeping. I don't know what to tell you.
I
You
want what I want.
got-
No.
you got
No,
You
much
got-
like everything else, you shouldn't just randomly drop some shit.
I guess you're not a Kingdom Hearts fan. Should have been woke. Not woke.
All right, Shaz will have to
I
miss
don't
a
know what to
couple,
tell you.
couple weeks
I
to
know
go
the people
study.
that wanted it got it.
and
I
fuck-
didn't see any complaints.
Okay, I could have bought it too. I just was not about to pay importing costs.
Should have, could have, would have, man.
Okay.
So Pokemon is retailing for $60 each one, and there is a combo pack that has both games costing $120
Okay.
because, of course, it costs $120.
Why would they make it cheaper? It's Nintendo.
No, actually, you know what's funny? I think it was when X and Y was coming out, they started doing the whole bundled 2 games. The funny thing is, with X and Y, they made that second game half off. Here, it's just straight up. You're paying a full.
Well,
that's because we're the
Switch is hot.
That's because we're
You're not
dirty
wrong.
Westerners. I think
But
that's-
Switch is hot.
I'm a
I
fan
am
of
super
Shaz.
excited. There's a lot of new things coming in. The new Pokemon designs look great. What's it? Dreadnought. I love
Dreadnought and
Nah.
Corviknight.
Corviknight.
That
dog?
look, 100% core of
The
my
bird.
team. Birds
That
are always the core of my Pokemon team at the end
It's
of the day.
a
And
steel flying type.
yes,
That thing is sick looking.
Mm-hmm.
they're also super smart. But on some seriousness, I made that promise, and I think I will stick to my promise that if they ever made an actual 3D Pokemon game, I would buy it.
It's funny, right? I think consistently for me, whenever there's news or rumors about Pokemon, I get super hyped for no reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but like
course.
that's the one franchise consistently where if news starts to come up, I get so excited.
So are you getting
Like-
Sword or Shield?
Sword.
He's getting Shield.
I did want Sword,
Shaz
but
looks like a Shield dude.
actually, real talk, I gotta know what the exclusives are for each one.
You're not wrong.
I gotta know-
Actually, no, Shaz. Because I might buy this game too. Be just straight.
No, you're right, but I want to know what the exclusives are first, though, too.
Not wrong.
Because that's like the same thing between like Gold and Silver. It's like I got Gold because Heracross and like Arcanine, I think. Or
Yeah,
That might
because
have been different.
if you're
Yeah.
gonna only
Well,
get
Silver's the better
Tyranitar and
version.
Shield, I might have to get Shield for Tyranitar.
Silver. What are? Hold on, we gotta look at Gold and Silver exclusives now. Hold on a second.
Silver is 100% the better version.
I think the thing is like Gold and Silver had its exclusives, and then the exclusives switched when they did the remakes.
I don't know which ones. So exclusive to Gold are Mankey, Primeape, Growlithe, Arcanine, Spinarak, Ariados, Gligar, Teddy Ursa, Ursaring, and Mantine. And then Silver was Vulpix, Ninetales, Meowth, Persian, Ladybug, Ledian, Delibird, Skarmory, Phanpy, and Donphan. Back in the day. That's
Facts.
OG.
Yeah.
That's OG.
And that changed because I definitely remember playing through Heart Gold and seeing a Vulpix instead of a Growlithe.
Also,
So-
Lugia is better than Ho. Lugia actually got a movie. Ho got a 5 minutes in a fucking episode. Get on my fucking level.
because it's too good.
No, it's trash. It's a fucking rainbow.
I like both. I really like both. I just prefer.
No, I think Ho is better than Lugia.
I like the
You
story
have
for
to be a
Ho.
dirty. You have to be a dirty neutral party. Why you gotta be? I couldn't remember what it is. I couldn't remember the line from Futurama.
That is
Futurama.
not.
A
that
dirty
was not
neutral?
you were
What?
gonna say.
100% it was that. Have you not seen Futurama?
No, I've seen Futurama.
I've seen episodes here and there back in. high
What
school.
is it called? It's it's a
I know what you're talking about. They're the people who are like
Zap
bald and
Brannigan.
have,
No,
like-
but Zap
Yeah, I
Brannigan
know.
is like
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yes.
You're terrible for being neutral. It was a reference to that. I don't know what else you could think I would be referring to. You
No,
goddamn.
I
But in closing, Pokemon Sword, I'm buying that. Mainly,
legendary
I'm
armor.
literally only buying it because they mentioned the word raids.
Yep.
Otherwise, the game is trash.
Can't.
and
Confirm.
They also have limited customization options.
They've had that since X and Y.
That doesn't excuse that it's still trash. I'm never gonna not harp on that.
I mean, it's fine. You're right, but it's Nintendo, so.
Look. Nintendo don't get no passes. You don't get your grandpa just because.
I didn't say I gave him a pass. I'm just saying this is nothing new.
I just want to take a second to shout out the Pokemon art community for not only making plushies less than 24 hours before the game after the trailers came out, but 2, they the speed in which these Pokemon artists made porn of that new female character,
Sonya.
The swiftness.
No,
dude,
like
Pokemon fans are
this,
crazy. Right? Pokemon fans will make entirely new models and fake a Pokemon link. I ain't never seen any other games do that. They just make straight up models that look like in-game Pokemon. Be like, this is a new Pokemon, and people are like, that looks real.
They're sitting here and they're just like this. They're just waiting, and it's like, and here is the new.
Frame zero.
It really doesn't help that she's a whole ass wifey. Like
I honestly believe there has to be they have to have some type of porn program where they can scan a stream as it's happening, bring that image into their like pad where they draw on, and it automatically gets filled out. It has to be. There's just no way. That shit was out like 10 minutes after the direct was over. It was only a 15-minute direct.
Dude, literally, I got home, I finished watching the direct, and the first thing I see when I refresh Twitter, oh, those are her tits.
Yeah, like y'all thought it wasn't.
It was wild. I mean, I'm not complaining, but it was wild. It was crazy.
It doesn't surprise. Like we're talking about that, but the thing is, you dive deep enough, it's also the Pokemon. Like, it's not just.
Oh, that's been like that for a while. That's
not like, I'm gonna need y'all to like just let the children enjoy the game.
Literally, when you look up Pokemon porn, you're always gonna find Gardevoir somewhere somehow, or Lopunny, or
you need
Charizard.
Okay, to be fair, Lopunny is a Playboy bunny.
Charizard, you're not wrong, but for some reason Charizard has more art than Lucario. That makes no sense to me. But
all right, look, Pokemon is out there. There are other things about Pokemon out there as well.
I look at the Pokemon Rule 34 shit too much.
Consume to your heart's content. We're gonna keep on moving. I thought of another quickie that we need to knock out of the way really quickly. There's currently a rumor that is out that the first-person StarCraft game that Blizzard was working on has been canceled in favor of Diablo 4 and Overwatch 2.
Dude, people who spent 40,000 hours on Overwatch on Suicide Watch. Overwatch 2? There better be an expansion. I really hope for their sake it's an expansion.
Oh, nah, I hope it's a whole new game.
Bro.
Nah, I would just love... All right, and this is going to be a perfect transition. I would love a world where everybody was talking shit about losing everything in Destiny, and now another game is fucking somebody. It was Activision, you fucking bitches. It was Activision, you bitches.
Why are you so salty, man?
Dog. All right, so we're going to make that transition while Alejandro goes back to looking at his Rule 34 bunnies.
I'm editing the doc.
Yeah, sure you are.
I put Rule 34 in the doc.
Do you? I'm keeping it scrolled up. I'm not moving my screen at all. We will find out.
No. I just added in the Bandai Namco leaks.
With that said, this is a perfect transition into Destiny 2, which had a bunch of news. So, the news initially started...
What does Destiny have to do with Bandai Namco?
No, I'm talking about... I was already transitioning when you mentioned BAM.
See, I told you your transitions were bad.
No, I just wasn't listening because I was transitioning. You
really out here with those weak-ass transitions, dog. Like...
All right, you got it.
Yo, if this thing doesn't get away, I'm going to kill somebody.
Yo, hey, don't say that on Steam.
On Steam? You right.
On Steam. Yeah, my dick small, but my heart big. Let's go out there. What's up? What's up, Strix?
You got it. I told you got it.
Are you gonna talk or?
My transition's trash. You got it.
It is. Doesn't mean you can't continue with what you were saying. Listen, you were bringing up Destiny.
So Google Stadia. And this is where we got the first. First new Destiny information. Destiny 2 is coming to Google Stadia. No, okay. Oh, goodness. So let's talk about Google Stadia, because this is a whole different and kind of confusing product. So, Google Stadia will not be free initially.
Surprise.
It will not be free. What it does promise is 60 FPS gaming at up to 4K with HDR anywhere that you have an internet connection.
I can't wait till the YouTube compression destroys the video quality of the stream, and the delay ends up being fucking 8 milliseconds of delay, and it's fucking you click and then you wait, and then it finally shoots.
Let's get into that. First and foremost, games that you can be looking at coming with this. Destiny 2 is what you can get for the pre-order price of $129. They do also have a subscription to go along with this. That I believe is $9.99 a month. But some of the games are Xenoverse 2, Doom Eternal, Wolfenstein Youngblood, Destiny 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Metro Exodus, Final Fantasy 15, Ghost Recon Breakpoint, Darksiders Genesis, which we don't, I think, know what that is. Borderlands 3, The Division 2, Trials Rising, Samurai Showdown, Elder Scrolls Online. They have a wide variety of games.
I think out of all of those, the most interesting is Xenoverse, because why?
But what I want to highlight is the requirements to play. So they're saying for 720p, 60 FPS, you need 10 down minimum.
Most people don't have that. Now, I'm not going to act like I'm not spoiled when it comes to internet. Yeah. Florida has really good internet. Florida has actually really good internet all over the place.
For 4K, you're talking 35.
I know most of y'all got like Comcast and these terrible ass companies in the West, especially. 10 up and down is a lot. That's assuming just for yourself, by the way. That's not assuming your family not using internet, doing something, downloading something on their phone.
When I tell you, I just upgraded my router literally yesterday, and when I put all my family on one part of the connection and me on the other, y'all best.
I got a faulty can of Coke.
So, listeners, Alejandro has stepped away while we wait. He's narrating it quietly. But yes, you can clearly see the Stadia. You get 3 months of Stadia Pro, which if I can look up real quick how much Stadia Pro is to confirm exactly what's in it. It was kind of weird. Like the Stadia has a different impact. They have a controller, which I'll show really quickly. It looks nice.
Controller.
But it's something that you could take the controller and that toss in the bag and keep it moving. If you
definitely looks like an Xbox controller for sure.
My new Coke is not faulty anymore. Continue.
Are you gonna throw away that can that's faulty?
I
already did.
Wait, no.
I'm just gonna put it in the mug.
Yeah, why don't you stab the top of it, open it up, and then just dump it in.
No, it's like it has a curve, so it's like it can't stand. So I'll just like pour the soda. Nini.
Stadia is coming with the Chromecast Ultra, and there's a subscription service. You don't get all the games; you have to also buy games. So that's where people are already having a frustrating problem with the Stadia. It's Xbox Live all over again, and PlayStation Network. You have to pay $10 a month. You get some free games like the Destiny collection, but after that, you have to buy any game that you'd want. So you can do a free version, but at the same time, like, do you really want the free version? Just go ahead and pay for it now. It'll be fine. And I would say it was an alright product. It didn't blow me out of the water, but I don't think I expected to be blown out of the water. I think Google Stadia, like, everybody thought Google was going to, like, fuck up the market somehow. When, like, it's really awkwardly quiet. When in reality,
I'm just laughing at the fact that I have Coke cans, but they're not in the fridge. They're in the kitchen countertop. So I get my Coke at the same temperature that I get my water.
Lukewarm. No, actually, cans of soda aren't as bad because they're made of metal, so they retain cold or heat better.
Yeah, it retains. Yeah,
But
but
it
it's
actually, is that warm?
I mean, it's still not a great decision.
I don't remember if you
have it
keep-
right next to a fridge. Like,
I don't know if you keep your apartment cold or not, so that's why I asked.
I keep it at 70 degrees.
Okay, you have a decent temperature.
well, that's Florida though, so I don't know.
We've literally fucking been through this, dog.
It's a decent temperature.
Every time you bring up my shit, I'm always like, my apartment is 70 degrees.
And I think I can
My
say that's
water
fine.
is.
Your water's not 70 degrees. And Alejandro's gone, I think, Shaz.
Huh?
I think Alejandro's gone.
Yeah, he looks like his internet died. That's what he gets for drinking lukewarm water.
Yeah,
So
that's not our fault.
I
With the
don't know
Stadia,
what to say.
the Google Stadia. Yep, he was
that's-
trying to lie about his lukewarm water, and the water came and got him.
We know one person who can't play Google Stadia. So
Yo, it's confirmed.
Hello?
Huh? What's up? Yo, pay your fucking bill.
Bro, what's happening?
Dear.
There's a storm. There's a storm, and the power just went out completely.
Nice.
My PC just restarted.
Nice and
Okay,
nice
well,
and Florida
you'll be
weather.
back soon. But like we said, somebody
there is
that
a storm.
we're surviving out here. Shout out to Discord. Don't die, Alejandro. That's probably what the people outside his window were talking about. If you were here in the pre-show, talking about the big ass storm that was gonna knock out the
They
power.
definitely weren't. No, they definitely weren't. I kind of heard what they were
Yo,
saying.
If you
I know
shut
the
the
storm
fuck up,
was
you ain't
fat
supposed to
over-
admit that you was listening. God damn it! What, Chaz? About the storm?
Wait, I didn't know the storm was this fat. Hold on, I might lose power too.
So this is why you don't live in Florida. This is why you don't live in Florida.
Hey, we still have the best water in the country, so fuck you.
You also have alligators.
Okay, and?
You also have crackheads.
Okay, and?
You're also
We
fucking
got the best
Florida.
cracker. Thank you.
Okay, and?
Just
Fuck you.
Google Florida man and click on
Okay.
news and
Okay,
tell
but
me that
Strix?
you're all right.
Okay, but Strix, our water is
Hurricanes.
good. Okay, and our water is good.
All right.
We healthy.
The Google Stadia, buy it $129.99 currently. Looks like an alright deal. Controller looks nice. I think it'll be interesting to see how Stadia competes. We'll say 3 years from now, once they've really gotten a chance to really mess with the market a decent amount. But like I was saying, that brought us to that. Oh wait, did y'all have something to say? I'm sorry, I cut y'all off. That's very rude.
No, I'm good.
I haven't seen anything about the city. This is my first time saying about it.
Yeah. But this brings us to Destiny 2. So
How do I
Destiny,
sound, by the way?
like you're on a phone. So Destiny 2.
I mean, facts.
I mean,
Okay.
I can't give you like
Facts.
you sound like you have quite good audio at 320 kilobits per second.
Mhm.
I'll say that's definitely 12 kilobytes.
Yeah.
I don't know what anyone's
I'm
talking
gonna see what's up with my internet and see.
You know
if
the
it's
Discord filter where you
actually
can set to like high and low quality audio? That's
Yeah.
all the way to the
Okay.
left. That's all the way down.
Yeah,
Your
I'm
power
on,
back on yet?
my. The power is back. It's just my internet is
Not.
it's taking a second to.
Okay,
reboot.
so Destiny 2 got a lot of updates. I want to go through them pretty quickly. I talked about them
Yee.
yesterday, but to keep it very brief, Destiny 2 on September 17th is getting a new expansion, and that is called Destiny 2 Shadowkeep. It is standalone. You don't need to owe anything else. But even with that coming out on September when it drops, you'll be able to play Destiny 2 for free. With that, they have introduced cross saves, which means you will select one of your accounts as your primary one. So for me, PC. But then I can
PS4
load up.
pending.
I could load up my PS4 and play the game. We don't
I
know
think
if you have to buy it again, like all
Well,
the
I think-
DLC.
I think that's a PS4 pending, actually.
What? No,
Cross-save,
no.
and then-
PS4 confirmed it on Twitter.
Was
Like,
it-
No,
I might-
PS4 is confirmed. Yeah.
I might be thinking of Stadia then or something. I forget what it was.
crossplay is not. Now, crossplay is a whole different topic. And Bungie was definitely taking some shots at Activision and Sony throughout the
They
course
really-
of this.
they
season.
Also, didn't they confirm?
Oh,
Didn't they? Oh, you sound better.
it automatically connected me back to the
Yeah, because your PC came back on.
so I can't hear anybody. All right, I can hear you guys now.
Okay, what were you saying?
Isn't cross? Don't they have cross saving and like you can save across platforms too on your account?
Yeah, that's what I was not cross play, but cross save, where you just select a main account. So for me, I would select my PC account, and then I can play Destiny on whatever other platform that I would want to play it on. And that's really cool, and that's a great way to get people into Destiny. They're making a lot of changes to the foundation of Destiny as a whole, as well as just you can buy the upcoming stuff all a la carte. They finally went as far as to call Destiny an MMO, an action MMO. So what they're looking to do, they're expanding on the game, and it overall should get better. Like the announcement is an example of where everything is done kind of right. Like, there's nothing super negative to say about the announcement. Now, with that said, we got a new trailer for some new DLC that looks kind of cool. We're going back to the moon.
We're going back where the wizards are from.
Confirmed 2020 by NASA. Or was it 2022?
Figure it out. You're in Florida.
One of those
You're supposed to know that.
How
Eris
am I
Morn
supposed
is
to know?
back, and we have to fight some of our old enemies, such as Crota, Fulgurath, there's a lot of the old enemies that
Yo, a lot of MMO DLCs this year. We going to the moon, bro. It's crazy.
It's really good. It looks really good. It has me hype. I talked about it for almost an hour yesterday, so I'm not gonna spend too long on it now. It is amazing. I can't wait to hear more details. People that already own the game on PC, as well as Destiny 2, is coming to Steam.
Is it?
Yes. So
That's cool.
People that own it on Battle.net, they will come up later to talk about how you transition your save. But again, you load up on Destiny, you can get it for free on Steam in September and start playing with your friends pretty much.
If only Call of Duty was on Steam.
They're owned by Activision.
I don't care.
And I can't wait to see this fucking game. It's going to be fucking lovely. I'm very happy. That's the Destiny 2 stuff. I could talk more, but I won't.
Why?
Because like it's really good. It just looks really good. Like, if you had a problem with Destiny, I would say in September go ahead and give it another try, especially because
Didn't you have a stream talking about this recently?
Shaz?
Huh?
Did I?
What?
I'm just. Am I insane? Did I mention that I talked about it?
Yesterday? Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Alejandro. I feel insane. Because I was like, did I not say? Like, did I think I said
What?
it, but I didn't
What just
say it?
happened?
Because Alejandro asked me, didn't I have a stream where I talked about
I just
it?
want to confirm it for the stream.
You confused me. I wasn't trying to be a dick.
I just want to confirm it for the stream. So for anyone who wasn't here, if you want to see Strix talk about Destiny 2,
Watch my last highlight on the channel. It's the
watch
easiest
this last
thing.
highlight.
I'll make a YouTube video probably as well where I can talk in a lot of the short form.
You?
Making a YouTube video? That's cool.
I put up more YouTube content than you have. Leave me alone. It's technically on my channel. Oh my god.
I'm not even gonna argue against that one. 'cause it's fucking-
Next up, we got a character trailer for Kasumi in Persona 5 Royale. I'm gonna let them, since I got to spiel about Destiny, I'll let them talk about their.
Dude, she looks so cool. Because Persona. Oh, God.
Why is she just
for,
walking
like-
around with a baseball bat?
They're
okay,
definitely
okay,
at a
that makes
baseball
sense. That makes
place.
sense. Look,
So it's funny. So the funny thing about this is,
that's horrible form. Keep going.
I keep saying the funny thing. Also, she's bad at baseball.
That's really bad form. It bugs me. It bugs me as a baseball player.
She's bad at it, so
One of
there
the
you
things
go.
I find interesting about this trailer is that it kind of confirms that she's gonna be basically one of the first characters that you meet in this game.
Yeah, she has to
Like-
be pretty much.
With the things that were presented is basically like you're probably gonna meet Yusuke and then her right afterwards.
Dude,
but-
her
Mhm.
transformation is so good.
Yep. We get a little sneak peek because the thing is, is this a new dungeon? Because it kind of reminds me of what's that dude name? The art dude.
Oh yeah, I think it's new because it's probably for her specifically.
that makes sense. But it's just like there was a specific segment where it just reminded
No,
me.
it looks like it, but I think it's probably just for her because the only person that's there with you is Morgana and the old Ren. So
Actually, no. Actually, that's the interesting thing. Because you are with Morgana and her only, that might be the first new. That might be the new first dungeon.
that's what I mean. Yeah.
You might meet her before you actually meet. That's interesting.
Yeah,
Next
it's weird.
question: have they already
Go
announced
ahead.
the release date for this?
I mean, there you see it right
What?
there.
I'm
Are
saying
you
before. I'm
serious?
saying before now. Had they released the release date?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
No. Yeah.
I couldn't
I'm pretty
remember
sure
if
they
we
did.
talked about it or not. That's why.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did announce it for Japan. The only one we don't have one is for America.
Okay,
yet, or the
October
West in
31st.
general.
We also don't have a release date for Scramble. We don't have a release date. For
Yes, we don't. We don't.
But I am excited. She looks cool. I really, like I said it back in the podcast when Persona 5 was first announced. The Royale was first announced, but Persona 5 is one of my favorite games, and I'm just super excited to get back into
Same.
it and see the new story that they bring to life.
Yeah, same here.
100%.
I mean, it's Persona. No, just show me some more SMT. Thank you.
Yeah, it's looks
Show
good.
me the new dungeons.
Daddy needs his Shin Megami Tensei series in his veins.
Yep.
Sure you do. Wait,
I
why
do.
Why are you daddy?
No, speaking of, can we E3, please? Shin Megami Tensei 5, please?
Sure, they'll announce it right before they announce the new Animal Crossing.
Listen, man.
Oh,
Well, here's the thing. Shin Megami Tensei 5 has been in works for longer, so fuck you.
speaking of things that's been in the works for a hot second.
So, Baldur's Gate,
like 2 decades almost.
like a name that we haven't heard in a long ass. Baldur's Gate 3
I don't know what this is.
has been announced, and it's coming from Larian, the people from Divinity: Original Sin 2.
Oh, it's
And
gonna be
Baldur's
so good.
Serious question. What is Baldur's Gate? Someone who actually
It's like a
doesn't-
top-down RPG.
Okay.
It is the grandfather of a lot of those games. Like Baldur's Gate is
So
what
like
people know.
Diablo,
It's-
Torchlight.
Kinda.
It's also like directly connected to the D&D, like to Dungeons and Dragons. This is also kind of gross as fuck.
It's great.
This is actually like horror level shit, dog.
It's pretty wild. It's pretty crazy.
Are we in Resident Evil 5 right now?
That's a mind flare.
That's
And they're very scary, terrifying creatures that will fuck your entire soul. Like,
But yes,
Yo,
this
Lovecraft, calm down.
people have been waiting for Cthulhu. I have been waiting for Baldur's Gate 3 for I think 18 years, almost 2 decades.
Yo, are we
I
in
think.
PT right now? Yo, that shit was
Baldur's
Uh,
Gate.
not PT.
Silent Hill.
No,
And it's
Resident
coming from
Evil.
Larian, and
no.
specifically,
Okay,
they're
Death
calling
Stranding.
the hashtag for it is gather your party, so it looks like it will be multiplayer once again.
6 people, please.
No,
We might have to get the mods out, friends. Not again.
I'm betting
please.
I'm betting it's gonna be 4 or 5.
It's gonna be 4. I mean, 4 is a safe number, but I would love at least like 8 people support. But whoa,
Well, yeah.
Everything okay over there?
yo,
His light was about to fall on him.
no, I wish.
What?
And
No.
my life.
All right. So let's talk about leaks. If you don't want any leaks for E3, now would be the time to step away.
Yep, leaks. I repeat, leaks.
So what we're not
leaks,
going
leaks,
to,
leaks,
so
leaks,
I
leaks,
want to
leaks.
say this because I think this is fair. Because we are right before it, I don't think we should talk about the actual lineup. We can talk about things that have leaked and speculation, but if this lineup is true, I would rather people not know the entire lineup.
Yes,
They
which
will
has
put-
been supposedly, but we're not gonna talk about that.
There's anything that has been announced prior to this, I think is fair game, or leaked out kind of separately. So really,
we're not gonna talk about the Bandai Namco.
yeah, we can talk about Bandai Namco. That's what
That
I'm,
one,
Okay.
that one.
like.
we can talk about.
My thing is, I don't want to go in and be like, so Microsoft is gonna show, boom, 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 boom,
Oh,
boom,
the
boom.
entire thing, yeah.
Yeah,
Just the
because like
entire-
part
versus
of
one
E3 has
publisher.
always
Yeah.
been like,
Because
I want to like know what is Microsoft doing, what is UB doing, what is
Yeah.
EA like.
okay, I get you. No, because there's one thing from the Bandai Namco leak that's like, that's big. That's
What?
big news. So
So And we're not going to call them leaks. We'll call them rumors because we don't know if they're guaranteed leaks.
Okay.
No, they are guaranteed.
Oh.
See, if you didn't confirm it.
They're guaranteed. It's because because the way people found this out is guaranteed. That's why.
Yes. So there was a link on Bandai Namco that shouldn't have been. It's the same thing that happened with the fucking Smash shit. Somebody sent the wrong link out.
It was live on Discord's game page, I believe.
So Discord fucked it up. Damn.
No, they sent it live way earlier than it should have been, and unfortunately, that's why I said it's linked. Because the way it got guaranteed was because of how it got released, which is through official channels. Unfortunately,
Alejandro, would you like to tell the people what we are referring to?
Bandai Namco.
What about Bandai Namco?
They got 3 games that got leaked. I just want to take I just want to take a second. No, I want to take a second to apologize if I sound very obnoxious today. I'm just very tired right now, but
sounds normal to me.
So no, Bandai Namco they did do 3 new things being released. The first is a new Tales of game for anyone who's interested. Tales of interested in the series of Tales of Zestiria, Tales of Berseria, was it?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Tales of Vespria, all that. Yeah. So there's a new Tales game coming out. Tales of Arise for PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
I will not be showing images. You're talking about. You're talking by the time we have another podcast next Friday, we will be able to show trailers.
We'll talk about,
Hence why all this is gonna say is if you want to do more digging yourself. The information came out in official channels and was clearly grabbed by news sources, so there are plenty of information.
By the way, if
I get banned, I'm fighting
the tweet.
Alejandro.
By the way, the tweet I sent you guys in Discord. By the way, that's Harada's reaction, which is Harada. If you guys don't know, is the guy who's in charge of Bandai Namco games in general. Now a couple months ago, I think. So
what was it? Because I can't look at it.
It's in the. Hold on. Do I need to send it to you somewhere else, or it's in the group chat?
I can't. I will fuck up the cameras if I
That's
open
fine.
Discord.
Put it in Twitch.
Put it in Twitch. All right.
But so the new Tales of
It's
game,
very funny.
the new Tales of game, it looks like it's gonna have a new combat engine.
Mhm.
The gameplay for the combat looks like it's gonna be different. That's funny.
It's unfortunate.
New, so it's not related to Tales of Berseria or Tales of Zestiria because those two were technically related. And it's running on the Unreal 4 engine. So if you look up the pictures, it actually looks really pretty.
Good for them.
Along with it looks like confirmed the UFO table is doing animation.
As always.
That makes sense. So
yeah.
The second thing that's been confirmed is a Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch remaster.
That was good. That game was always super. It was a great game.
All they said was it's going to just be a graphical upgrade. Nothing's going to change apparently.
That game's already pretty. But the only thing that kind of sucks about that game is that I heard the combat is not that great.
It's in the first one. It is 100% legitimately just think Pokemon.
Yeah. Apparently it's Pokemon, except it's 100 hours, which is terrible. Apparently.
But the base game is releasing on Switch, and the remastered is releasing exclusively on PS4 and PC. So this is going to be the first time that Ni no Kuni will be available on PC.
Thank God.
The first one.
The first one, Ni no Kuni 2, is available on PC.
Yes, thank God.
But yeah, the last game. Now this is the interesting one. Elden Ring for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Is the new From Software game being developed with the partnership between Miyazaki, the director of Dark Souls 1, 3, and
Armored Souls. Shout out to Black.
Yep. And George R.R. Martin. The only thing we have so far confirmed is the title of the game and a visual logo kind of thing.
It's just like Dark Souls, like the what the Dark Zone is the Dark Souls essentially.
Yeah, but
what it seems like anyway.
But this is cool. I am super excited to see what something between George R. R. Martin and Miyazaki and the From Software team. I'm really excited to see what can come out of those two entities working together. I hope that we get a trailer soon to see something, concept art, like an idea of the world, something. I hope we get something soon.
Be careful.
But
what
I
you
am
ask
excited.
for,
I am excited.
because last time you asked for something, we got Sekiro, and we just got a dude tinkering with an arm, and we didn't know what it meant for a year.
Shut up.
Nah, like that's why when people are like, yo, just give me something. I'm like, dog, nobody knew what that was for a whole like. Wait, is that a what is Shadows Die Twice? What are we even looking? And then Sony was like, oh yeah,
Bloodborne 2 confirmed. Bloodborne 2.
I love the fact that Shadows Die Twice wasn't even its actual name, but Activision or whoever liked it so much, they were like, that sounds sick. They were like, keep that.
Yeah, just hold on to that one.
It's a good name.
Beyond that, there have been more leaks. Stuff that has leaked out through official channels. We watched the Watch Dogs 3 game was confirmed. It's gonna be set in the UK.
A post-Brexit world specifically. And they said it too, which is interesting in their marketing.
That's funny.
Which is good on them, I guess.
Not this week. This is not the week to mention that shit.
Look,
What?
they said it, not me.
Don't worry about it. Beyond that, there's nothing else I super want to cover there, because I feel like we'd be getting into super heavy, like.
Well, then we would just literally reveal in the entirety of E3. Which is...
like. The Marvel Avengers project's still out there, but there is. When I say that there's some stuff that we have mentioned here that seems to be confirmed.
I actually haven't looked at that list yet, so I really.
Yeah,
I mean, it's up to you if you want to spoil yourself or not. Again, it might not be true or not. But...
Like, it's on the screen because of what Strix is sharing on Discord, but I literally can't see it because of how small it is right now.
Yeah, that's why I'm not. But if don't. I will tell people right now. Please be careful. Please be careful on the internet right now, because there's the chance that everybody's major conference, Ubisoft, Square Enix, Microsoft, have all leaked theoretically.
Okay, so important question. Will this, knowing me, will this be an exciting E3 with at least 3-4 games that would be very exciting? Yeah. Interesting.
I think so, but it depends on, like, to me, it's one of those things that I can know the title and what's going to be announced, and Shaz, I think, can speak to this. Like,
okay.
Like, I'm like something that we know that's going to be there. The reason we know that it's going to be here, they said we were going to get more news in June. Final Fantasy VII, the remake.
Yeah.
I don't know what news we're getting, but it's probably going to be there.
Yeah.
I want you to understand that a 15-second teaser of SpongeBob Remastered had me feeling like a little.
Then I think they could. There's a good amount of shit that, because, like, if I'm being honest, as much as people,
it's literally on my screen and I can't see it because of how small.
As much as people want to talk shit, like, I think Ubisoft tends to have good trailers. EA tends to like, everybody comes with good trailers. People don't generally have bad trailers, so it's usually gonna be like, hey, if we find out news on,
don't say
Grand Theft Auto 7, I don't fucking know, because I don't.
People forget how old Grand Theft Auto is at this point.
That's why I threw that.
Grand Theft Auto 5 came out in, like, what, 2013?
It was on last generation consoles before it came to next gen.
I think I literally remember that game releasing as I was entering high school. Yeah.
I don't want to think about that.
Let me see. It's 5. I keep thinking that we're on. We already had 6
5.
come out. Grand Theft Auto 5 came out originally September 17th, 2013. It's been out for 6 years.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
One of the fastest selling games of all time.
So I will say this right now. I think we're going to close out. This has been a fairly short episode. It's only been like an hour 15.
That sounds about right, though.
I'm going to be honest with y'all. We're going to be dead this week.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot to cover.
Between my plans and between the plans of, like, all of us to getting together to cover E3, this is one of those weeks where, like, I'm warning you now. We might have another like Alejandro. You're gonna have to talk because we legitimately might have to do like a 2-part podcast where we do like you coming home from work and we do like, or we just do straight E3 and just say we're cutting off at 2 hours, so we have to keep moving. Like otherwise, I can see this going for like 5 hours because if we get into everybody's conference and all the announcements and really what's happening,
I'm trying to think.
because you're getting off of work. That's my thing. Is like you're gonna be.
I'm gonna be getting
You're gonna
off
be
of
dead.
work at 7.
That's
you're
what I'm
gonna be
saying.
dead.
You're gonna be getting off of work right before it starts. So, like, I take a nap before I do this, so I'm good. That's why.
I need to see this because the thing is we get a schedule on Monday or Sunday, so I really hope
All right.
I'll have at least an hour for naps before I go to work and then come back here.
So yeah,
do the thing.
what will right now? We will just call next week the E3 episode. We will not be doing anything but talking about E3 just to be safe. If we need to do something else, we'll make some changes, and we will figure that out for you. But looking at my man, Snapback and pencil. Go
Why
ahead,
did it
let
take you
people-
so long to do that?
Because
Like,
I
what-
defined where my pencil was.
Oh.
Let the people know who you are and where to find you.
Hey, you know it's your boy Snapback and Pencil without. The
Also, I'm
snapback
not you. I
today.
don't have a pencil everywhere. Fuck you.
I literally just have this next to me. But you know, it's your boy Snapback and Pencil. Without the snapback today, we out here
Truly unfortunate.
getting this bread, making minimum wage.
Minimum wage and living in Florida, the dream.
I'm working on YouTube videos, for the first time in a while. The funny thing is I haven't deleted my old videos yet. They came out back in like January, and they're still not deleted. They're still there.
Buggers.
So, but yeah, I'm working on YouTube videos. There's a certain video I'm working on right now that I hope to release by next week.
One Punch Man.
So,
Good.
it's not even finished.
I know. I'm
Oh, I
joking
thought
with
it
you.
was.
No, we're like on episode 9 right now, I guess. I think.
Yeah,
I
because
don't know.
July is when the season starts, so we're first week of June.
Yep.
That makes me sad. I'm not gonna lie.
We still have a whole month left in terms of episodes, but yeah, I got my own things working. I was working on a personal comic project. I'm taking my time with that. I wanted to release it this week, but my mood for drawing is just not there right now. So it's still coming out. I have colored pages. I just need to get in the mood and get back on the grind.
I believe in you. I believe in you.
We all do. Go show him some love. Send him pencils on Twitter to give him support and show solidarity. So Shaz,
I love you, man.
what are you?
Oh.
What are you? What's up with you? What are you doing?
Wow, that was gross.
I gotta poo.
That's why I've tried to hurry this long, Shaz. What's up with
Sorry, no, I thought a motorcycle was coming again. I don't know, just excited for E3, you know. Probably should start studying my material again so I can get prepared for the next test. I mean, these are okay though, so.
No, not in college.
These get degrees, you know. Oh my God, black man, please
And
back up.
STDs, but
Oh, no herpes, you know. So. Bars, but yeah, I don't know. Thinking about streaming again, but we'll see. I don't know. My streams are bad, so I'm not very motivated, you know.
ain't nobody say all that.
Your streams
Huh?
are great.
Nope.
Your streams are great.
Sorry. You thought?
Beyond supporting
Never catch me slipping.
the two amazing content creators that help co-host this amazing podcast.
Who are you talking about?
First of all, I would like to thank you all for that support and for watching, checking out. All of the episodes will pretty much be up by, I will say, Sunday midday. I gotta do some more copyright stuff. Fuck Toho. Love y'all. But
yeah, for those of you who don't know, be sure to subscribe to Strix on YouTube because the episodes are releasing on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
and we're working on other platforms, but we'll have more to hopefully talk about that in coming weeks. We are selling merch. Make sure you check that out. I will be on my stream after this, hanging out, playing some fighting games, as well as doing a little bit of chatting. So if you are interested, please come through, hang out, and we will see you all on the next one. But this has been the SSJ Cast. This is Shaz, Strix, and John. Signing off. Until the next one. Peace out.
Solar flare.